What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today I want to go ahead and talk about a topic that is absolutely blowing up right now within the Call of Duty community, and that is the skill-based damage. Now, you probably all have heard about skill-based matchmaking, but skill-based damage is a little bit more different. It's in the same category, it's in the same patent, but it's a tad bit more different. Instead of, the matchmaking dictating who is in your lobby or, who is on your team and stuff of that sorts, the matchmaking is dictating how good or bad of a player you are, how consistently you're playing, who you're versing and how consistently they are playing, and then right in the middle of the action, they will nerf or buff the damage that you give or the enemy gives at any given moment, basically making every single gunfight completely random. Now, again, this is actually a legitimate topic, but it's really hard to get this information out there to the public because nobody wants to believe it because there's so much blank noise out there. For example, I see this clip rotating around there where this guy got basically, quote unquote, one tapped, and they're basically saying that the skill-based damage is taking effect here, and the clip is blowing up. I mean, hundreds of likes, people are retweeting, posting, talking about it, bringing it up in drama and stuff of that sorts. But I mean, for me personally, at least, I can clear as day see that it's a 74U, and he shot him in the chest and then shot him in the head. It's a 2-shot kill. I mean, that's exactly what I see. I can rewind it again, and once again, that is exactly what I see. Any one of us could do that. So when people see a clip like this, they automatically assume that this skill-based damage crap is, it's not real. Everybody's completely full of it. But let me assure you that the matchmaking in this game, the damage, all this stuff is real, it's in the game, and it's legit. Don't let the fake noise or anything like that, pull you away from believing that Activision is the best publisher out there. No, they are corrupt, they are slimy, and it doesn't matter how well, a development team puts together a game. At the end of the day, Activision is still going to be behind the scenes manipulating all of the gameplay to make sure that they get the most money out of their project instead of just letting us come out, enjoy the game, and play it for what it is. Now, here's some proof right here, some real proof, legitimate proof, that, once again, skill-based damage is a thing in this game. You can see right here, this guy is using a riot shield, full HP, 110% full HP. Now, of course, I understand, it is a Lockwood MK2. This gun absolutely shreds. But this is legitimately, it was only one way he could die. There's only one singular way that individual could die, and that is by the feet. The whole shield is covering from head all the way down to their gosh darn kneecaps. So the only thing that individual could shoot is his toes. And he absolutely mops the floor with him. 1-shot kill, dropped him like a fly. And again, this isn't the only bit of footage that we see out here. That is, once again, like I said, legitimate, showcasing that people are getting one-tapped left and right by pretty much every gun in this game. Now, a fair argument is that this is connection. But usually when it comes to connection, it's things like, ghost bullets or getting shot around walls or getting shot around corners, where in the kill cam, you can physically see that you have been shot around the corner, But in this kill cam, there is no shooting around corners. There is no ghost bullets. It is as clear as day that the person's red dot was on his foot and it took him out with one shot. I mean, I got COD 4 flashbacks. For anybody who played COD 4 on PC, you know the M40 ACOG cheese, and that's what I just got out of this clip here. This is not connection. This is all matchmaking. It could be a coincidence, I could chalk it up as a coincidence, but like I said, this isn't the only clip. I've seen multiple different clips of the same caliber, and also knowing the matchmaking system that they have behind the scenes, this doesn't shock me whatsoever. You guys can't forget that Activision has a legitimate patent that you can read. I mean, from top to bottom, you can go ahead and read that patent with your own eyes. If you don't believe me, I mean, that's up to you. You can go read it with your own eyes. Again, skill-based matchmaking is needed in games. There is a protective bracket that needs, 110% needs to be protected. You know what I'm saying? Or else they just simply won't enjoy the game. It has been like that since the beginning of time with Call of Duty. Skill-based matchmaking is nothing new. But the problem is that it keeps enhancing, it keeps getting better. As technology evolves, so does the skill-based matchmaking. And it's gotten to a point where it's so in-depth, so in detail, that things like this are totally able to be done. Think about it, seriously. Even if you think that this isn't able to be done, this stuff happens all the time. Whether you're playing, a PvE game mode, you're versing a bunch of AI, the AI can change up in a blink of an eye. And it could happen in the middle of a game with a flip of a switch. The same thing can happen with us in a live match. If the game wants our bullets to register, they'll register. If the game doesn't want our bullets to register, guess what? There are going to be ghost bullets shooting out of our gun. It really is nothing new here. And I highly suggest you guys go ahead and check all of this stuff out so you can fill yourself up with a little bit more knowledge. But this is the point that Call of Duty is getting to. It's getting to a point where instead of allowing us to have our casual fun or just simply enjoy the game, it's turning into a manipulation game. They're taking a feature that is genuinely good, and they're trying to twist it to make more money in their pocket. This feature is no longer a good feature. They literally butchered the feature just to make sure we all get manipulated. But the thing about it is that they took a feature that is so well received. If the community gets outraged or angry at the developers, they have the best excuse in the world. You're just trying to verse people who, might have disabilities, who are crippled, might have lost something, that's what you're trying to go against, you shouldn't be beating down these. That's their excuse because that's what the system is for. But in all reality, we're complaining about more. It's not just trying to get into those lobbies because I don't want those lobbies, I would love a lot more casual of an experience. I don't need, diverse people, like I said, who are in that protective bracket. It's not necessary. But we are complaining because the current system is just completely, like I said, manipulating us. And they have every perfect excuse in the book to keep this going as long as they can. Unless, of course, people can speak up and figure out a way around it. Maybe even get any legal action that could possibly be done for something as crooked as this. But I don't even know if that can be done. Seriously, without actual really, really, really concrete stuff against a multi-million, billion-dollar company, that's basically an impossible task for, an average old Joe like us on these YouTube channels or Twitch streams or just gamers in general. But I guess at the end of the day, the biggest disappointment for me is that I love Call of Duty, but it's going down this path. And it sucks, but it's going to ruin the love for a lot of individual players, especially when the developers might put enough passion into a game or a project to make it half decent. I do enjoy Modern Warfare 2 compared to all the other games that Infinity Ward have put out. Ghost or Infinite Warfare, or even think back to the original Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. They were all pretty tactical games. Treyarch was always known for the fast-paced, intense action, more competitive style gameplay. Infinity Ward has always been a noob-making game. Are you kidding? That's what they've been doing since the beginning of time. Do you remember FU Last Stand? FU Last Stand, and then they put something even worse into the game to make it even more toxic. Are you guys come on. Infinity Ward has always been this newbie. You know what it is? It's the frickin' matchmaking that Activision is forcing upon these developers to the point that no matter what they do in a game, it's not going to be fun for us in Call of Duty. And of course, to each their own. You might not enjoy this experience, and I do agree. It's lacking a lot. Live service is definitely a big, huge disability for this game right here. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to the core fundamentals, I like the gunplay. I like the new maps. I think it's, a semi-enjoyable Infinity Ward title. But none of that stuff matters. All the effort that any developer puts into these Call of Duty titles is going to mean nothing. It really isn't, because at the end of the day, the matchmaking is still going to be manipulating everybody. People are slowly starting to notice this. It's slowly coming. This has been going on forever, guys. Modern Warfare 2019 was the beginning of all this crap, okay? And it's been going on even before that point, but Modern Warfare 2019 is when it really started to strike down hard. But we're just finally getting to the point where people are really opening their eyes and understanding that, yes, games can manipulate you. These publishers can do stuff in these games to get more money out of your pocket. I really do think that if skill-based matchmaking was simply just for, versing basically your equal opponents and even having people similar to your own skill level on your team as well, because that's horrible in these Call of Duty games. They always give you the best opponents in the world, but your team, you got to carry every single day. That's why I have to play in a full 6-stack party. But I feel like the community would receive the matchmaking a little bit better if it was just the teams that was focusing on, trying to make it sweaty. It wouldn't be great at all. Trust me. The community would not be happy still because that's not what Call of Duty is. You play casual to play casual. But it'll be much more well received than it is now if it wasn't about the manipulation. People notice that their, gameplay, their gun skill, everything's off. Because they're not stupid. They don't only play COD. They can try out other games. They can see that they're consistent everywhere else in the world. Racing games, other FPS games, puzzle games, RPG. I don't get open world, whatever you want. You're consistent across the board in all those games, but you're telling me in just COD, you can't keep that consistency up. I think that's what the true trigger is for a lot of people. And at a certain point, I feel like it's going to get really bad for COD. I don't know how long Activision can truly hold this up. Nobody else does it. I genuinely do not think anybody else does it because I don't experience this in other FPS games. So I don't know if this corruption will really be able to last. Maybe that's why they're trying to sell to Microsoft so fast. They're trying to get out of there. They're trying to get a big check, bank out, and leave it in Microsoft hands and see what they do with this whole crap. Oh man, that's hilarious. But ladies and gentlemen, do me a massive favor. Go down in the comment section and leave your opinion about what you think about skill-based, damage and all this stuff. What do you think about the clips that I showed you? Do you think they're legit? Do you think this is, just a bunch of phony crap? At the end of the day, like I said, there is patents that you can go ahead and see with your own eyes. So if you are a little skeptical about all this stuff, you can literally go see what is in the game. Like, word by word, what is in the game, what these systems are, what they do, how they work, how they actually generate everything. It's insane. So make sure you guys go check that out. I think you guys will really enjoy that read. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. If you almost hate it, leave a dislike. Also, for brand new, enjoy the content, over subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, want to chat me, this too, we do so. I have a Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch, that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See y'all next one. Peace out.